In today's video, I'm going to give you my review of Europa, which released on October 11th to Steam and the Nintendo Switch. Cuba, welcome back to cozybichota. I am super excited to talk about Europa and give you my thoughts on this game. And I was kindly gifted a Steam key from Future Friends Games, so thank you so much for giving me a key so that I could check out this game. I have been following this game closely. It was named in a few of my videos this year of games that I was looking forward to, and I got to play it, and I'm ready to talk about it. To start off, let me read you the description of the game. On the moon Europa, a lush terraformed paradise in Jupiter's shadow, an android named Z sets out in search of answers. Run, glide, and fly through the remains of a ruined utopia and discover the story of the last human alive. Europa is a peaceful game of adventure, exploration, and meditation. As you travel, you'll gradually upgrade your capabilities of your Zephyr jetpack, boosting yourself further through the air until you can flow freely into the sky. Now, for my review of the game, I'm going to talk about all of the pros and what I enjoy the most, but also divide it up by different categories so that you can see what is most important to you, especially since some people are more interested in the storyline itself, while others are more interested in the mechanics of a game and how it runs, and that's what determines if a game is good enough for you. Now, my thoughts on this game are completely mine, and remember that how I feel about this game might resonate with somebody with my same type of taste or game style, but that does not mean that the game itself is not good for someone that doesn't like it. It just might mean that the game is really not for you. So for the category of cozy, for relaxing, for ambiance, that is what I'm going to talk about with this type of game. To start off, I want to talk about the mechanics of the game itself, playing with your controller, and the tutorials. The tutorials are light and given when you're about to discover a new button you need to know about. As you're playing as Z, you'll come to a point where you need to learn how to jump to move yourself further along in the game, and that is when the tutorial kicks in. Gliding is super easy, and you're only really responsible for jumping, gliding, journal entries, and unlocking puzzles. The flying itself is smooth, and I have a history of struggling with flying in games, so I did not feel myself stressed out with this one. Overall, the mechanics are intuitive and stress-free. Playing on the Xbox controller was super easy, and the reminders of when you need to click a certain button for certain things do pop up, which is a nice little refresher if you're on brain off mode. Next, I want to talk about the graphics and the sounds, since this game has a Studio Ghibli type of feel to it, and a lot of people were really excited about that. I would consider this game a combination of Studio Ghibli and Breath of the Wild, with that open world, lush green scenery and change of colors as well as seasons. It made me feel like I was going through Breath of the Wild all over again and experiencing the different areas. The colors are gentle and relaxing to look at. The sounds are immersive and give you such a nice feeling of being in nature and in the world itself. You have beautiful background music as well, and you can tell that the people creating this game were thinking really hard about what type of music would create the perfect ambiance as you progress through the story and engage with different areas. Now, the puzzles. This can be a hit or miss for certain people, especially if the puzzles get too hard and you're stuck and you don't want to pick up a game anymore. I felt that the puzzles had a Zelda-esque feel to them. They were not challenging at all and only take about an ounce of a brain cell. So if you're really looking for a laid-back game that isn't heavy on brain power, this one is nice. You do get a little bit of a tutorial depending on the puzzles that you're solving, one of them being jumping from different colored blocks, which is super helpful. There are some creatures that resemble the Guardians in Breath of the Wild, but rather than fighting, your job is to find the source that powers it to shut it off. So there's no fighting, there's no intense battling, and that makes it super relaxing. In terms of the storyline, for me, this is what really sold me on this game. I found it super heartwarming, and I really loved getting to hear the narration in this game. While your character doesn't speak, the narration with the journal pages you find is absolutely exceptional. You learn about the world, the origins of Z, and have visuals not only in the ambiance of the world that you're exploring, but those journal entries that you find that have narration from your father. There's absolutely no fighting. You're adventuring through different areas, landscapes, and chapters to reach the end, which I won't spoil. The creatures you meet are all very unique, and some are considered enemies, but they don't attack you in a traditional fighting sense. Instead, they stun you, and you learn their patterns. There's no fall damage, and you can't die. You simply get stunned, get back up, and keep on going. For playtime. Now, the game itself is about 3 to 4 hours, but if you're doing more of a completionist run, wanting to unlock all of the achievements, it's gonna take you extra time. It took me about 4 hours to play the game, and I am someone that is a completionist, so I do plan to go on back. There are green crystals to pick up, and there's a lot more freedom if you want to explore more and get all of the achievements, which is where it could take you 5+ hours possibly to get this game done. As for price, this is always a hot topic. The game is priced at $14.99 USD on Steam and the Nintendo eShop, with an introductory offer of $13.49 USD up until mid to late October. So if you are thinking of getting this game and want to get it at a small discount, now would be the time to pick it up. For me, the price of the game is reasonable when you are considering the replayability of it. Even though you can play the game in about 3 to 4 hours, there are completionist things to it, so there is more time that you can invest in it, as well as the ambiance, the storyline, the narration, and the work that was put into this game. You can tell that everything that was done in this game was done with love to create such an atmospheric experience as you were playing it. So I think the price is very reasonable, but that's always something that is up to you, whether or not this is something affordable for you right now, or what you look forward to in a game when it comes to replayability factors. And to finish off, my only con would be, and this might actually be a pro in a sense, is that there is no map. So as you're navigating the different areas and you want to unlock the green crystals, you kind of have to explore on your own. And I think that's the beauty in taking this game little by little and not forcing yourself to go too fast, but just to enjoy what's in front of you. So there is no map, which the perks of having a map would be for me to signal off where I found green crystals so that I have a better idea of how I'm going through the areas or where they could potentially be hidden in future areas to see if there's a pattern, but it's not an absolute miss for me since I still enjoyed myself, and having a little bit of that open world feel of exploring as much as I want was super fascinating. And that is my review of Europa. If you have been wanting to check out the game, I will make sure to leave a link to the Steam store page down in the description. It is an introductory sale offer right now, so if you want to grab it while it's on sale, that's always an option too. Or check out gameplay of other people, as I always find gameplay or first look into demos super helpful. If you enjoyed this video and would like more reviews, make sure to give this video a like. And if you like both cozy and gaming content, make sure to subscribe for more. And from one bichota to another, stay cozy and see you next time. Adios!